Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Ayahs, and in this video I am going to show you how to use Angular Material Dialog. So this is the documentation page of Angular Material website, and I am going to use it now. So let's create the project. You you should have Angular CLI installed already in your computer to make this possible. So I will first create a project, ng create, and the project name. This should be ng new instead of create. Okay, it is asking, would you like to add routing? No, we are not going so deep. So as we are just showing you how to use these components, so I will not need routings yet. So I will just skip it. And it is asking you if you want to use SCSS or what. I am going to use SCSS, so I will select this. Okay, I got an error. What is this? After did not the letter. It's containing for numeric character or dashes. Okay. So it is saying that I cannot use underscore. Instead, I should use dashes. So I will remove the underscores and replace them with the dashes. Alright. No SCSS. Okay. Wait for it, and after it is installed, we will be ready to use it. After some time, it is asking you a question that if you want to allow Google to share some anonymous user data. If you want to allow, then press Y, otherwise press N. Okay. Alright, project has been created. Now I will go into that folder. Alright, now I will open the editor using this command. Okay, Angular project has been opened in this editor. Now I will run this project. ng serve minus O. So I am going to create this dialog, something like this. Okay. So these are all the examples that we can implement using Angular Material Dialog. Okay. Alright, our project has been started and working in the browser. Now we can make changes in this. So I'm going to remove some code, make it to reduce the code. Okay, now I want to open a dialog. If you click on this button, I can name it like click me. Okay, now so First of all, I will create a function that will do something. On click, open dialog. You can set any name of this function because you have freedom to do anything in your component. Alright, I have created a function. Now I will do a basic alert to make sure if this function is working. Okay, my function is working. Let's make it a little bit fancy by adding a link color. Okay. So now we will implement this dialog. So whenever you want to use any component of Angular Material, you always have to import the module for that component. For example, you are going to use Angular Material Dialog, then you have to import the module for Material Dialog. So you would do this like this, mat dialog. Okay, actually before using it I have to install some dependencies to use it. So go to the get started and run this command. And after this you have to, actually you don't have to add these things. This command would add this line and other dependencies automatically, so you don't have to add them manually if you use this command. But if you use npm install, then you have to manually import these dependencies. Like if you use npm install this, then you have to import this thing, and here after that you have to include this thing like this, and also you have to install hammer.js, and then also you have to import hammer.js. But if you just run this command, then this command would do everything by itself. You don't have to do anything, so you just have to use it and nothing else. So let's see. Okay, it is asking me a question. So it is asking me to select a theme. I will select the default one. Yes, I want you to use hammer.js. Why? Yes, I want to set up Angular animations. Alright. Okay. So if you go to app module, you will see that this module is automatically imported in our app module. So now we are ready to use it. So to use Angular Dialog, as I told you, we will have to import Material Dialog module, and you have to obviously import this module. Okay, module has been imported. Now I'm ready to use it. Alright, this was the one step. After this, you have to create a component for that module that you are going to show in your dialog. So I will create a component, ng generate component, my what was the name, dialog, my dialog. You can set any name of it, but I will just set my dialog. Okay, my dialog has been created, and it is also imported automatically as it is saying here, and you can see it is declared automatically in app module. Okay, important thing that I was going to tell you, that when you are going to use Angular dialog, and if you create your dialog component, you must have to mention that dialog component in the entry components array like this. Otherwise your dialog would not work. So whenever you want to use your dialogs, you must have to add your dialog component in the entry components array. That's it. Now you are ready to use it. Let's try it. So before using it, you have to you have to inject the service of Angular Dialog, Material Dialog. Okay. Now you can use it like this. This dialog open and my dialog. That's it. Okay, something is wrong. Very wrong. Let's see if we see any error in the console. No error. So maybe we have to stop and start the Angular app again, because let me tell you something. If you add anything in this file angular.json, then it is really required that you must have to restart your application from scratch. Otherwise these changes would not apply. So as I installed Angular Material and its dependencies, this line was automatically added, and I did not restart my Angular app, so that is why my theme is not implemented yet. So I will just stop it and start it again. So I will close it for now because it will open by itself. So give it some time. Okay. Alright, my dialog is working. What is this? This is not looking. This dot. I should. I should remove that dot. Where is that? Okay, I think okay, that is the list style. Okay. I will remove the list, we don't need it. Okay, so you can see that dialog is working fine. So I will now show you different things about dialog, that what you can do with the dialog. What are the possibilities with this dialog? So let's try that. So first of all, you can set some properties to it. For example, you can add a variable, you can add configuration. I will define it here. Let config mat dialog config. So you can just you could also add an object directly into that parameter, but you can also do it in the neat way, clean way. This is a clean way. You will add the type of the variable, and because of this type it would clearly give you the suggestions while typing. That would be great. So let's see what are the options do we have. So these are all of the options that we can use. So you can try, you can play with them, but for now I will show you this height. For example, I want 700 pixel height. Let's see. Okay, you can see height has been changed, and if you change the width, so width is also changed. So you can customize your dialog, you can change the properties like this and set it according to your own desire. Okay. So our basic dialog is working. Now let's make this dialog a little bit fancy or something like that. So let's see what else we have that we can use in this dialog. So in the dialog you should have a header, you should have a content, and you should have a action or footer section. So like this. Okay. Where is the dialog? So this is the dialog component. Here I will add a heading h1, and you can add mat title, I think. Yes. And after that you can add the content, the main section. Okay. After and at the end you would have mat dialog actions that would contain the buttons. This is optional, you can skip it, but I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, button. In the button, I'm use Angular Material button here. So these are not normal button. These are Angular Material button because of these directives. And you can also you add this directive mat dialog close. Okay, what this would do, if you add this directive to any element in your dialog, so then in that case if user click on that element, then your dialog would be closed automatically. So let's see how it looks. Alright, heading is added, content is added, but strange thing is that button is not looking good, but on click it is working, it is hiding the dialog. But the issue is that it is not looking good. Actions should be to the bottom. So for that you can remove the height that you added in the definition of dialog. So I remove the height. It would automatically consume the height that it should take. Okay. Width is also too much. I will decrease it to 400. Alright, now it is looking fair. Now next fix is that I have to fix these buttons. These buttons are not showing properly because I did not import the Angular Material button. So I will just go to the app module and I will import that button module, and now this should work. Alright, these are working fine. So what else? You can experiment many things. For example, you can also add the class to your dialog. For example, this. main dialog config arguments. Okay, let's check how to add class, because you can add class. Panel class, I think its name is panel class. Should work. So yes, it is working. I actually not. Okay, now it is showing properly suggestion, because I did not add the comma. Now I will add a class here, my dialog class. Okay, let's see if this class is added to our dialog or not. So, oh, okay, you can see that this class has been added to your panel. So what is the benefit of using the class? If you are able to add the class, then obviously you can style your dialog, you can add custom styles to your dialog. So as I have a class here, so I will just go to the global style and I will mention that class to add some styles to my dialog panel. So what I want to do is that I want to add some border radius, because these are not sufficient for me. But before adding there, I will test here that how it would look after adding the radius. So let's see, border radius 50 pixels. Maybe this is not the right way. Maybe I should add the border radius to any other component, maybe mat dialog container. So I think I should add the radius to here. Yes, before radius is 4 pixel, I want to increase this radius. So I would just copy the name of the class. This class is inside of the my dialog class as the child of it. So I will add it like this, and border radius 50 pixels. Okay, you can see the radius is working, but this is too much. This is looking very bad, so I will add 20 pixel. Okay, this is looking good. So this is the benefit of using class name. You can do different things. You can add a global style, and you can add the same class for all of your dialogues, and you can control that style from one place globally, and this would work really fine. Also, you can do style your heading. You can add the top padding, for example, padding top 0 pixels, and you can style your heading like this, for example. I would add margin, padding top 20 pixels, padding bottom 20 pixels, and margin 0. Now I want to add background color. Okay. Now there is a padding in the right and left sides of this dialog. I don't want to remove that because if I remove, then I have to add in the content. So I would just add margin in minus around this heading like this, margin right minus 20 pixels, 22 pixels, I think 24 pixels, and margin left minus 24 pixels. Okay, now I will add padding 20 pixels, and I can remove this because this padding would add padding on the four sides of this block. Alright, you can see that I added a style to it. You can change the color or anything like this. You can use interesting colors here. You can change the color of your. So okay. Now I will just copy this style that I prepared, and you can just copy by Control C or just click on copy and add the selector that you want to use. I want to use H1 like this. Let's see if this works. Okay guys, it is working. Is not it looking good? It is looking really good. You can change, you can do anything with it. I just show you demo how to do this. You can do anything with that if you have a class name set. So one last thing I think that I want to mention that is very important that you will mostly need. For example, you add an input in your dialog and you want to receive the value of that input in your app component. So if for example if you click on OK, then you want to access, you want to show that value of that input below the click me button. Then how would you do that? First of all, let's add a placeholder there where I want to add. Let me enable the word wrap. It is not okay. Anyways, so H4 where I will my input value. Here I will show the input value that I want to show from the dialog. So how to do that? First of all, that I will add the input, and I want to use Angular Material input. So for that I will import the input module. Okay, now I can use it in my dialog. Oh, actually not. Okay, that's fine. We can define it here. So here I will add an input map form field and input folder type something here. Mat input. Okay, see. Okay guys, let's add some width to my form field. Okay, now it is looking really cool. I am liking this. Okay. I also want to use the form ng form, I think ng model, sorry. So for that I have to import the form module. Okay, and I will create a value here, like input value default value is empty, and here in input I will add something like this and input value. Okay, and on as you click on the OK, it automatically hides the dialog, closes the dialog, and you do not get a chance to provide the value. But Angular has the option that Angular has a directive that you can type here, and within that directive you can pass the object or any value that you want to pass to your parent component. So for example, I will find that here in the example something like this. So okay, I already have this directive, it is working. Plus you can add a value to this directive that would be response of the dialog that would be passed to the parent. So you can pass a single value or you can pass the entire object. Okay, but I will just pass a plain value. Okay, so this should work, but next step I should capture this value. And how to do that? I will create another variable here. My input value by default empty, and I will replace this value with my input value. Okay, now here I can actually, this open dialog, open function returns you an observable. So that means you can watch this dialog, you can wait for this dialog to be closed, and on closed it would return you a value that you passed from the dialog. So add dot subscribe, I think. Okay, it is after closed, I think, after closed. Okay, so actually not this, you have to pass the after closed, and you have to call the after closed function and add dot and add subscribe, and in the subscribe you have to pass a function, and in that function you would receive a parameter data and alert data. Oh, no, I don't want to alert, I just want to show in the component. So I will just replace my value with the new one. Okay, let's see that works. At the moment you can see that there is no value below the click me button. Hello world. Okay. Oh, it did not work. So let's see the error, if there is an error. Nope, there is no error. Then what's wrong? Let's do an alert. Okay, alert is working. Now let's show this data in the alert to see what we see. Okay, I think I did a small mistake. So here you should have two-way binding implemented like this. Then this would work. I think I'm not confused. So let's see if that fixes the issue. Yes, this fixes the issue. So you should add this like this, because this would do two-way binding. Why does it not change? So let's see it again if that behaves. Okay, you can see that you must have to add two-way binding to it. to make it work. Because if you add something like this, then as soon as you type something in this input, this value would be updated, and when you click on OK, this value would be passed to your parent and you can display that value. Let's remove that alert dialog here. Okay, and one last thing, last and last. So that is important thing is that mostly you want to pass some data to your dialog. How to pass this earlier? Right now we just saw that how to receive data from your dialog, but what to do if you want to pass your data to your dialog? That is very simple. After config, I think you can do that. Let me see. No, I think not here. In the config you have to add another property, that is data, and here you can pass your value like this, or you can pass the object. I want to let's pass an object. I pass an object, and here I can add as many values as you want, but I just want to pass heading, and the heading value should be register. You can pass anything, I just pass register to show you that how this will work. So in your dialog, to receive the data that you just passed, you have to inject a service. That is I have to just check, yeah, like this. So this is a little bit different way of injection. I'm not sure about that, but you have to follow the same way to make this possible. Mat dialog, I will just press enter, and this I have actually installed some extensions of Visual Studio Code that shows me suggestions like this, and if you press on enter, then it would automatically import these services or anything. I just pressed enter, you can see that it has imported automatically. But if in your editor auto suggestion is not supported yet, then you have to type these dependencies by yourself to make it work. So for now it is imported, let's use it. I will add private and data. I want to use it, make it public, because I want to use it inside the HTML. So if it is private, you cannot use inside the HTML. So public data, or further you can also add the type that you are going to receive. I know that what I am going to receive, so I will add type, and in the heading it will be string. Now I can use it here like char. So data dot heading. You can see that it is now giving me suggestion because of the type I have added in the component. So this is really cool. Okay guys, you can see that I just passed the register string from the parent component to my dialog, and it is working, and in return I am sending a value. So I think this is all that you need to know to make amazing dialogues for your application. And if you want to know more about it, you can read from here, and I recommend you to read from here, because you will see a lot of other available options that can be useful for you. So please go ahead, read it, and use it in your project and create amazing things. So guys, this video has become very long. Anyways, thank you for watching my video. Please, if you find my video useful in any way, then please don't forget to like, share, or subscribe my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and also click on the bell button if you want to receive notification of all of my upcoming videos in the future. Thank you for watching. See you later in the next videos.